Hello my friends, welcome to the series about the free and tailor-made shelf. In the previous video I've explained you all the benefits of this solution, and I've also described the different steps for building it, and in the present video we're turning to the concrete. Let's go! So I will be doing this on a maquette, on a miniature. This, by the way, is the block from a pallet I have dismantled. And the idea of having a maquette is for you to be able to see clearer the different steps. For me it will be easier on one hand because I don't need to move 2 meter long boards. On the other hand, it will be a bit more difficult because I don't have the height for using the screwdriver for fixing the screws. In this video I will not repeat again the different steps, and I will not detail the step number 1, which is the conceptual phase, the design on the plan. Anyway, I have a dedicated video for this. I won't explain either finding the material in the street. I have a dedicated video for showing you how to find the things you're looking for in the streets. And so for the step number 3, I will not detail neither the cut of the board. As I said, I have a masterclass for this, but let's spend some time on the cut of the vertical cleats. So let's imagine that we have a place in the attic below the roof. So we measured everything and now it's around this shape. And here are our boxes. This is the Christmas decoration. These are the straps for moving things on the roof. This is the old hi-fi system. Here we have our drawers with the CDs. This here are the dishes. This here is our old typewriters, and here are photos. And for making the measures, it happens that we find this set of boards. So one little comment, make sure you have always some space for placing the horizontal cleats. And there's an important element which is related to the weight. So the more weight you have, the more cleats you need. So for the cleats, always take care that there's a bit of space for being able to move the boxes. So let's say that here I'm taking the reference directly here, and I'm putting the height of my cleat here. So now I'm cutting the first cleat, which is at the right height. So now that I have a reference cleat, I will always use this one for the other cleats. In the real life, you will make this with a combination square. It's much better. So now I've cut all my boards to the size. So you find here this structure like a stair, and basically we'll be filling it in like this. So now we are starting to think about which order we'll be putting the shelves. So this here is rough. I don't have this nice side anymore. I won't do it now for a model. So now you can decide in which order you're putting them. You can see here that I have nice sides. So this one, which is square, I'm putting it like this. So now that I have the right order, I'm putting numbers in the back. And this is important for the assembly later on. So now I'm removing all the boards except the last one. So for knowing where to make the holes, I'm pre-positioning my cleats like this. And I can basically make dots. Normally, if you are bigger cleats, you make 2 screws per cleat. And this one here is for sustaining the shelf in the middle. And when I'm doing this, always check the size of the cleat on the side. So here, for instance, I will put my cleat here. So for making sure that my holes are well aligned, I'm now placing the board number 1 on the board number 2. I have here my references for the holes, and we can drill. One comment about the drill. Here we will be making holes. It's not a pre-hole, so I'm taking at least the diameter of the screw. Here there's a martier board below. For the place number 1, I'm also putting the space for the feet. So now my board number 1 is ready. So now I'm taking the number 2, and I know that these holes are taking the space for connecting to the shelf below. And now I'm putting my cleats for making the next floor. L'avant. Now it's the same. I'm taking the number 3, I'm putting below number 2. So now my number 2 is ready. So here I'm using other types of cleats. You can really choose the material you like. So here a little fantasy. I cut here to the right size the cover of a piano keyboard. Here I'm checking the distance below and one in the back. Now the same with the last floor. For the last floor, 4 cleats are enough. Once you have cut the boards, you have cut the cleats, you have made the holes into the horizontal boards, you will see that it's really super easy to assemble. As easy as assembling an IKEA cupboard. Nevertheless, I know that some of you have difficulties even in doing that. Should it be the case, don't hesitate to join my series. And now you will understand why 2 drills are useful, because we'll be using one for making the pre-hole into the cleats and one for screwing. And for choosing the drill for the pre-hole, take a screw with a diameter which is reduced compared to the screw. So I will take this one. So for the screw, I'm taking the size which is fitting best. So here it's this one. One command, as we have this row which is by far less thick, we'll start with this one. And now I'm putting my mini cleats, and for this I'm making the pre-hole. Okay, so you don't make a mistake, always keep the figures towards the bottom. For the moment I'm doing them directly on the cleat, it's much easier. So now my tool is towards the bottom and now I can screw my cleats. So here, as I'm on it, I will make directly the junctions towards the board below. So it starts to take shape, and so here's the number 2 and it should be connected to number 1. Always careful that your number is towards the bottom. I'm already screwing the feet. So this is the miracle of this solution, is that now my holes are already aligned with the cleats. And that's why you have to pre-drill the cleat, otherwise it can either split or it will be more difficult. So I'm putting in the right direction. So I'm starting with the junctions make the reservation of what is for the bottom. This one, this one, this one. Okay. So now my shelf is ready. I can now store my different boxes. So now the shelf is finished. And by the way, you see here some other works ongoing. These here are tar stripes for waterproofing the corrugated roof, the wave-like roof. And here I did a series of little shelves for a Billy IKEA. That's it, my friends. Now the shelf is built. So this may be a shelf at the right scale for the Chihuahua of my neighbor. Couple of words for the conclusion. So here I did the small scale. In reality it's much harder to do than in real scale, specifically because there's not enough distance between the shelves. So only one thing we can keep. In case you have a distance here which is below 27 centimeters, make sure that you are first fixing the cleats above and below, and you will then have easily access to fix the junction between the two boards. Usually, especially for moving boxes, you are around 50 centimeters, and this is leaving space enough for using the drill in between the boards. Second conclusion is that you have seen the usefulness of having two drilling machines, so one for screwing and one for drilling. And these here, by the way, are cleats made out of pallet wood. Don't hesitate to have a look at this very interesting video, which is initiating the domestication of rough wood. So that's it for today. I invite you now to join the next video showing you the real life situation. So I hope to see you there on Happy Hour TV 1.